Hello friends! If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it. For my fans and subscribers, welcome back and thank you for the patronage. I deeply appreciate it. Today I am going to be talking about Jim Jones in the beginning. There isn't much else I need to say before I get started, so let's get on with the video. In the late 50s, Jones became interested in the peace mission movement headed by Father Divine. This movement grew out of the Great Depression of the 1930s to provide food, shelter, and a campaign for racial equality. It was headed by the enigmatic M.J. Divine, who claimed to be God. Jones visited the Peace Mission headquarters in Philadelphia for the first time in 1956. What greeted him was a successful interracial environment. Using this as his template, Jones established a soup kitchen, distributed free clothing, and set up other community services in Indianapolis, run by the People's Temple. While Jones built his ministry and expanded his family by adopting children of different races, he also started to show interest in socialist politics. At the time of his marriage to Marceline in 1949, Jones was already a committed communist. He felt that socialism was a much better alternative to American capitalism. Eventually, he coined the phrase apostolic socialism, although in the 1950s and early 60s, this message was not made explicit. At this time, his socialist political message took the form of a social gospel, apostolic sharing, and serving others. In 1960, People's Temple gained entrance as a congregation into the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. This denomination has historically allowed much latitude in way of doctrine and congregational practices. However, Jones was not an ordained minister in the denomination until 1964. He remained an ordained minister, and the People's Temple remained a recognized congregation in the denomination until the end. Jones never passed up an opportunity to use Scripture for his social gospel, but he increasingly attacked the Bible by pointing to it as an oppressive text serving the interests of capitalism, slavery, and racial discrimination. In the 1960s, as he continued his faith-healing ministry, he developed a preoccupation with nuclear destruction. In 1961, he moved his family to a city in Brazil, which, according to a magazine article, was one of the safest places in case of a nuclear holocaust. You know, because magazine articles are so trustworthy, especially those that appear in Esquire. He returned to Indianapolis in December of 1963 and started preparing to relocate his parishioners to another place on the list, Northern California. In July of 1965, Jones and as many as 140 of his followers moved to Redwood Valley above San Francisco. In the late 60s, Jones taught high school and served as foreman of the Mendocino Grand Jury, where he met Timothy Stone, Assistant District Attorney, who ended up joining People's Temple and rose to the position of Chief Legal Advisor as well as Assistant Minister. On February 2, 1969, the People's Temple Redwood Valley Complex opened, it would come to include the Jones Home, the meeting place, a pool for recreation and baptism, senior citizen homes, and a child care center. By 1970, People's Temple had reached into San Francisco, recruiting members and busing them to Redwood. Not only did Jones use buses as transport for those living in San Francisco, he and his followers toured the U.S. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to know when I come out with more content, please hit the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this episode. Please leave comments in the comment section. I love hearing from you. You can also leave your requests down there. You can also DM me on Twitter if you want to. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a couple of videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until later, friends. Goodbye.